2 seconds. Sure, there's people in the waiting room and I gotta get them in too. Anybody got a win for this week before we get rocking and rolling? Anyone done something really amazing? I jumped in a swimming pool yesterday for in the sake of marketing, which I thought was hilarious.
I got my first person in my downline, and she's on the call.
Whoa! Yay!
It's Cassidy. She's here.
What's up, Cassidy?
I'm so proud of you, Miranda.
Welcome. Oh, hey. Oh, I'm so glad you're here. I thought it was all me. I was so stressed out.
Yeah, I had a morning. Traffic was terrible. I couldn't get on my phone. All the excuses. Hello, good morning, everyone. We are recording, and I am so excited to see all of these faces. We love to do a win. Miranda gave us a win. Who else has one win they can give us? Okay, I got bit by an adult squirrel yesterday. I was a little worried about it, and then said squirrel was dead this morning. So now I'm wondering if I should probably get my rabies titer updated, so I started at 5 a.m. with, hey, Google, what is the probability that a squirrel has rabies?
And what did Google say? Are we worried?
Well, Google's answering me right now. It's very low volume and it says it's very rare. So you guys could all take a sigh of relief. You get me one more day. I don't think I have rabies, but we are so excited for our guest speaker today. We have got Michelle Vega, and I had the opportunity to talk to her yesterday and kind of commiserate with just what's going on as team leaders in this industry. And I have just been fangirling over her Instagram account, and I am just so excited that you are here. So Michelle, you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, what's up, guys? Good morning. It's hella early. I'm so happy to be here. I hope this class is going to be productive and we're going to learn some things. And about the squirrels, I don't know what's going on with squirrels, but I have a squirrel living in my attic, okay? So when you said squirrel, it gave me PTSD because I haven't been able to sleep. And I asked my contractor to take it out, but he's telling me I got to call animal control. I don't understand if it's just a little squirrel, but
yeah, well, here's I am animal control. That's the joke of the day, right? Like nobody comes and gets the squirrels except me, and then I get bit, and then I have to lose sleep because I think I have rabies. So yeah, I get it, girl. These true rats, they're cute, but they can wreak havoc.
These squirrels are out of control for real.
Okay.
So again, I'm really happy to be here, guys. I'll start whenever you want me to start, Anna.
Yeah, I think we are recording and we are live streaming, so take it away. So who are you?
Screen, you can do whatever you want. You've got all the power.
That's okay, right. All right, cool. So good morning, guys. So as some of you guys may know, I do a lot of social media. Social media has been part of my real estate life now for a while. Ever since I started, I was 21 when I started real estate, and I just turned 30 yesterday. I feel really old. I'm 30, but in real estate time, I feel like I'm 60 years old because you guys know how much this industry ages you. It's crazy, right? So I have always incorporated social media as part of my marketing plan, as part of my branding, because in this age, like I feel like social media is like your modern day resume. If someone is looking to hire you or whatever, or know about you, they're gonna look at your socials, right? And when I started real estate, like I was part of a team. I was oh, thank you, happy birthday, Libra gang. Yes. I'm looking at the chat. So first things first, as a new agent starting off in the industry, I was coming from corporate world, and nobody really told me what real estate was going to be about, right? And I think that may be the case for everybody. Nobody tells us it's hard, that we're going to lose sleep, that we're going to be stressed out, that we're going to need therapy, et cetera, right? So when I started off, I was very naive to the process, and I did everything traditional, right? With real estate, I did the whole cold calling, I did the door knocking, I did the expires, the FISBOs, absolutely everything. And I realized very early on that yes, can you get business like that? For sure, right? But I did that for about 6 months without getting much traction when I was with my first firm. So I did that about 6 months every single day. I was the first one in the office, the last one out, and I would call every single day, every single moment of the day. And it wasn't until I started using Facebook for leads that I got my first real estate sale. And that was about 6 months after I did all the traditional methods. I got my first lead off of Facebook and I was able to close that. So after that, basically my career took off. My first year of real estate, I was able to sell over 60 houses. 90% of it was through online social media leads. And then every year consistently after that, I was selling over 100 houses by myself. And then most of that was through social media, right? In 2020, I decided to open up a team, and then that's when I decided to basically replicate the process and show my team members how to do what I was doing for the last years, producing at high volume with leveraging social media. So that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about, because there's a whole lot of business out here in these streets, and a whole lot of it is online. You just got to learn how to brand yourself and how to do the social media game like the correct way, right? So guys, stop me at any point in time if you have questions. I'm going to go through like different processes that you guys can implement in like your everyday routine to be able to get leads, but please stop me like at any point if you guys have any questions. The audio is good. Everybody can hear me. We straight, because the first time I used Wi-Fi in this house. Yes. Cool. Hello. Can you guys hear me?
Weirdly enough, when you started being like, you were perfectly fine. And then when you started to like, be sure you were good, like the internet knew you were trying that and it made you go very haywire, but now you're back. So it's all good. Just don't ask if we can hear you again.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay, awesome. All right, cool. So first things first, I do the meta platforms, which is Facebook and Instagram. I don't particularly use the other platforms, TikTok, here and there to look at content, but I don't use it. So today I'm going to be teaching how to use those two platforms, okay? So the first thing that I did as a realtor, right, on Facebook is I started branding myself. Like I wanted to showcase to the world exactly who I was, like my personality. And this is where I'm going to throw it back at you guys for a second. Like, because here's the thing, right? Like when we start real estate, I think we're automatically put into this little box of like, okay, we got to be a certain type of way. We got to be a professional realtor, a suit and tie realtor. We got to dress a certain way, talk a certain way, to go take pictures at like luxury mansions with the white Mercedes and the Gucci belt. Okay. That's not the way real estate is, right? But I feel like we're put in this box where we got to act and look a certain type of way to sell houses. And I blame social media for that as well. But I also just blame the traditionalism around real estate and how we should look as realtors, right? But the fact of the matter is that we're competing with a bunch of realtors in our local area. So how do you stand out from the rest? If you look just like them, talk just like them, like how are they going to remember you, right? So this is where I'm going to ask you. And I hope that you guys are like taking notes, because this is going to be able to help you, create a profile online that makes sense for who you are. Like other than real estate, who are you guys? Like, write down like 3 hobbies that you have, or 3 things that you are passionate about, or, whatever it is, hobbies, what are you passionate about? Who are you about? Like, who's in your circle? 3 top things that you're passionate about. And it could be anything. It could be sports. You could be very like, family oriented, church oriented. You could like music. You could have certain hobbies. You see, for me, it was never sports. So you're never going to go on my profile, look at anything gym related or sports, because I do not touch the gym. So if you guys see me at the gym, it's probably because, I don't know, I'm trying to get a sale in there or something. No, I've been dragged to the gym like 2 or 3 times by ex-boyfriends. It was the worst time of my life. I would not recommend. You guys, right? And this is how we're gonna build your profile. Okay. So on how like on Facebook, like on the very top, you guys have like a cover photo. Y'all know what I'm talking about? The cover photo, right? The cover photo needs to look lit. Okay, what do I mean by that? Your cover photo is like the banner where you're gonna basically advertise who you are. Now, it doesn't have to be 100% real estate, but it has to represent you. That cover photo is like the billboard. So when someone touches your profile, like that's the first thing that they're gonna see. So that better be popping, right? So like it, hopefully it's some sort of real estate related. Like on my profile, like I have a banner of basically a warehouse. No, wait, I just changed it. I'm sorry. I have like this basically like dark aesthetic kind of like vibe of a house. And then like I have a little thing that said I've sold 1,600 houses so people can know like I'm in real estate. But it's very artsy, very cool, not very traditional, very me, right? So I've seen people do cover photos where they'll do like a cool backdrop and then they'll put like 2 or 3 things of who they are. Like it could be maybe like realtor, investor, like creative, or I don't know, like soccer player or mom or whatever it is to describe you, right? And you could look at like a lot of examples online and be able to see that. The worst thing that you can do on that cover photo is put your business card. Don't do it. I just yelled at my mom the other day for doing that. I'm like, Mom, I'm gonna block you on Facebook because I can't be giving these social media classes and you got your business card on your cover photo. So my mom knows she got about a week before she gets blocked, for real. So do not put your business card, that's so boring, okay? All right, and whatever we're putting on social media, like please remember that it has to be like visually appealing. Like sometimes we don't think about that. And it's important that we do, because at the end of the day, when you guys go on like your social media, right, you guys are not scrolling through things that are not visually appealing. So whatever you put out there, like make sure that like you put yourself in your audience shoes and you're like, okay, if I put this out here, like does it look good? Will my audience resonate with it? Like will they like it? Like don't put just whatever on there. Just take some time to be able to create like a cool cover photo. And then this cover photo, you could create it like on Canva or, whatever. I've never actually used Canva, but people would say they use it and it works. So yeah, okay, cool. The second thing is make a cool profile picture, okay? Again, visually appealing, cool profile picture. And then we're gonna hit that bio. And this is where I want you to grab the things that you guys kind of wrote down of who you are, because we're gonna like pump that into ChatGPT, okay? And we're going to create like a cool bio. And the thing is that ChatGPT is cool because it helps you out. You know how you can only go a certain amount of like characters or whatever? On Instagram, it's like a certain amount of characters. On Facebook too. And this part, you are basically going to put in ChatGPT like, hey, I'm Michelle. Like, I want to create a bio like as a real estate agent, but I want to like incorporate that I like music, I like creative arts, I like movies, I like expressing myself. I am from Chile, I grew up in Jersey, boom, 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 and it will like spit out a bio. And please add emojis. Don't be dry. Add emojis, okay? Hold on. Will you guys give me 1 second to grab my Diet Pepsi? 1 second. Oh my God. Yes, Jersey in the house. What's good? Hold on.
Some eclectic furniture
I
you have
just-
back there, Michelle.
I just want this hypeness every day. Like
I want to hang out with Michelle Vega literally every day of my life.
I know. Is that 2 bicycles?
Also,
Or is that a
I
tricycle?
think it's like a tricycle with like a third, like no, it's a bicycle with like a wheel on the back. I'm very like intrigued.
Oh, that's for my one of my content videos. That bike
I
is
was about to
hard.
say it has to be like, are you going to do the Halloween thing where you're riding down like the hallway? Maybe.
No, so like I did like a Cholo realtor skit, like it's on my Instagram, and I used the bike for it. And it was actually, well, I didn't use the bike for that, but the whole Cholo realtor skit, like it was my first viral video. Like I got 1.3 million views already, so that shit is crazy. But that bike is hard.
That's sick.
It is hard.
That's awesome.
And it requires a special level of working out, which I don't have. Right, it is so. Okay, so sorry, I had to get my soda. Don't drink soda in the morning. Jesus, that's terrible. Okay, cool. So now that we got our bios, right? What?
I said I took a Diet
she
Coke
say?
into
I
the
didn't hear
gym.
you.
I took a Diet Coke into the gym on Friday. I just stopped caring, and so you can drink all the soda you want.
That's gangster. I'm gonna and then you could put in one of those like gym cups so you could seem like real official. That's gangster. I like that idea. So okay, cool. So now that we got our bios, right, and we're gonna put them both on Instagram and Facebook, please like put stuff related to you. Okay. This is how people are gonna be able to resonate with you and all of that, right? So now that you've branded yourself, okay, the next step to that, right, is to be able to post content around who you are other than being a real estate agent. Okay. And the next like couple tips on how to post and what to post, I'm probably gonna hurt your feelings, but it's okay. Okay. I was told here to come in here and help you guys. So if you guys get offended because you're like, damn, she's talking about everything I posted for the last 365 days, I'm sorry ahead of time. I'm going to hurt your feelings. It's okay. We're here to get better. All right. So first things first, okay? We have to divide your post. Personal, business, okay? You could do social media however you want it. I'm basically teaching you like how I did it to be successful, right? Take it or leave it. I think this works, right? So every single post that you do, you have to complement it with another type of post. So it always has to be business and personal. If you guys go through like my social media, you see that like I have a touch of personal every single time, because talking about business 24/7 can be boring for your audience, okay? So think about like the pages that you follow, for example, right? Think about the people that you follow. If you guys always saw like a sales pitch, you probably would not follow them. Am I right? You probably wouldn't, right? And let's face it, most of the real estate content that we're told to put out there, right, is very boring. It's a real estate flyer that says open house, coming soon, just listed, price reduction, open house again, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? Because we create these flyers on Canva, we put it out there with our cute little like business card picture on there, and we put it out there to the world with our phone number, the address or whatever, and it's very dry. And then what happens is, right, when we put this type of content out there, like consecutively on social media, right, where we're basically putting links, we're putting like information to get out of the platform, what does Meta do? Meta is saying like, oh, this person is putting like links or information out there for the person, who the viewer, to basically get themselves off the platform. Because if you're putting links and all this information, right, you're basically telling the person to get off the platform. So it's also important to keep that in mind, okay? Like the algorithm doesn't like it, okay? So the more like business stuff you put out there on your personal pages is like the more the platform is gonna like push you away from like being seen by your audience, right? So it's important to have a balance between business and personal. And if you are gonna post about business, that you try to do it in like the most creative way possible, because the flyers is not that cool. Okay. Again, I'm sorry if I hurt people's feelings, but it's true. Okay. So how else can you like promote your real estate career without putting flyers, right? There's a whole bunch of ways to do it. I'm gonna like split it up on how you can do it both on Facebook and Instagram, two different platforms, right? And before I even jump any further, a lot of people ask me this, like, should I have a separate business page for my real estate, or should I have everything together, right? I always recommend, right? Like if you guys are just starting off with your social media journey, like to have just one page. Like your personal page also needs to be your business page, because that's where you have like your most amount of audience, like your sphere is on your personal page. So why wouldn't you want to combine everything in one? Okay. So as you advance through time and you do it at a high level, like right now, like I manage a bunch of different social media pages, but I still use my personal page for most of my business. Does that make sense? So you always like want to be able to like take that on and make it like a lifestyle page. Because remember, guys, like real estate, I mean, for most of you guys, at least for me too, like it's a lifestyle, right? Like we didn't choose this job to do it like half-assed, no part part-time, nothing like that, you know. We chose real estate because we wanted a change of career, we wanted a change of life. So real estate, like, you have to like wake up in the morning and see it like a lifestyle. If you see it like a job, this probably ain't for you. Okay, so we want to like try to blend it in fluidly, and the best way to do that is online. Okay, so all right, let's break this down. So you got your bio, you got your cover photo. We're gonna start posting, right? On Instagram, the best thing that you can post, okay, like, are reels. Do y'all remember that Instagram like used to be like an app where you would post pictures and get likes? Pictures are like not even it on Instagram anymore. It's funny because Instagram was the little camera app, and it's like it used to be all about photography and this and that. But as you guys know, platforms changed, and all the platforms changed drastically after 2020 when like the whole TikTok boom happened, right? So the most effective thing that you could do on Instagram for your business, guys, is reels. Okay, Instagram reels. All right, what type of reels are we gonna do? Right, we're gonna do anything that's going to resonate with your audience and what you're trying to do on there. Okay, I'm gonna go over like trending reels, all of that, so you guys kind of know like how to maneuver that. But you have to like basically pick out your audience, and this is why I'm gonna say this, right? My Instagram, for example, like my personal page that you guys use to like promote this or whatever, like that page of my Instagram, like my audience there is realtors, professionals in the industry. That's my audience. It's not clients. Like, yes, will I get a client or two a week on that Instagram platform? For sure. But my audience on that page has been for a while just realtors and professionals in the industry. So all my content is going to be directed towards them, like content around like real estate life, like real estate humor, all the stuff that we go through, like, you know, as an industry as a whole, right? And I'll put like funny content on there, but always thinking that like my audience on that page is not clients, it's realtors. Okay, so if you guys are creating basically an Instagram page from scratch and you guys are trying to direct it to like the audience of like clients or whatever, your content needs to be related towards that. Like, it can't be like, oh, like I don't know, the struggles of a realtor, this or that, or like, you know, the funny things that we know in the industry. Like, it has to be like very client based, like, okay, my client's going to want to watch this, and you have to be consistent with it. Okay, because the minute you like deviate and do something completely different, like the algorithm is not gonna like it because your audience doesn't resonate with that. Like, they're following you for a reason, so they want like a consistent amount of content related to whatever it is that you're posting. Does that make sense? Does anybody have any questions so far on that? Anything at all?
I think it's a good time to point out too, you're talking, I think you touched on it quickly. I mean, I didn't have a page for my real estate, like a professional Instagram page until like a year and some change ago, right? Like, I built pretty much everything on my personal page. So I think you touched on it there, but you're not encouraging everyone to run out and go get double pages on Facebook and Instagram. Like, you're going to perform at a much better rate on that personal page and just using that. I'm just making sure everyone caught that, because I think this is where a lot of real estate agents are like, oh, I don't have anything on social media, and then they go create a business page. It's like, well, now you really have nothing on social media. Right?
For real. Or, you know, sometimes we're scared to like use our personal page for our real estate because we think that we don't want to be salesy to the people that we are in our circle or whatever. Bro, like, we need to make money, like, for real. And you know, the worst thing that could happen is your friend or family member posted up on the gram or on Facebook with another realtor talking about they just closed their house. Like, what? You know, not invited to the Thanksgiving dinner, for real though. So you guys don't want that to happen. Like, so it's important that you put yourself out there. So a lot of times it's just us getting out of our head, like, for real. And then the other thing is that, like, you know, the other complaint that I hear a lot is like, oh, well, I don't want to like mix my personal with my business because I'm like a private person, this and that. Like I get it, but you know, you choose what you put out there for sure, but like you need to find a way to blend this and to be able to showcase it to the world. I mean, we're real estate agents. We're like, you know, kind of like public figures, and our job is to be in sales and talk to people. So we got to get out of our shell. And then to the question about the paid ads and all of that stuff, you could do it through time, like when you open up a business page. But if you're just starting, like on your social media, like please, like use your personal page as much as possible, because you don't need to be spending money on ads. Like I do it on my other pages now. Like I recently started again a few months ago, but I didn't pay for ads for many years. I was just using like kind of like my personal page and all of that. So can you do it through time? For sure. But that's like a whole different conversation through for paid ads. So all right, cool. So now that we got the post out of the way, all right, on Facebook it is 100% like super important priority to be able to post at least 1 to 2 times per day. Okay, Facebook is great. Like I love Facebook. I like Facebook more than Instagram. I think I've gotten more clients way more like on Facebook than Instagram. I like the platform. It's just different, right? I try to post 1 or 2 times every single day. The worst thing that you can do, okay, is say you're gonna do social media and then you post once a month. Because for that, you might as well not post. I'm so sorry to tell you. You should delete it. Don't do it. You're better off hitting the phones or door knocking or something, because that one post a month to say that you just closed on a house is not going to do it for you. Okay. I promise you it's not. Like social media has to be something consistent every single to start. Like if you set an alarm on your phone, okay, 9 a.m., 10 a.m., I'm going to do my Facebook post, do it, and then forget about it the rest of the day. And then there needs to be like a schedule every single day. It needs to be part of your routine. Same thing goes for Instagram. Now, Instagram is a slightly different platform. You can get away with posting like a little bit less, you know, like I've recently read that like people that at least are posting 3 or 5 times a week are pretty much good with the whole algorithm. But again, I'm no algorithm expert, but Instagram is a little bit more lenient on that. But whatever you do, you need to be posting stories on both platforms every single day. So this is where I'm going to touch on Instagram stories and Facebook stories. So hopefully you guys have it to where whenever you post an Instagram story, it goes automatically on your Facebook. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And if you don't have it set up that way, please go into your settings today and set it up that way. So every time you have an Instagram story, it automatically goes into your Facebook feed. So that way you don't have to do it twice. Okay. These stories are going to be crucial to the process, okay? Because stories are cool. They go away after 24 hours, and it's a way for you to like showcase like your day out and about as a realtor or whatever it is that you do, right? To your followers, so you can be like in an active social community online, okay? Now, the difference between the stories on Instagram and Facebook is the following, okay? I recently said this on one of my last training, and it's a very, very real thing, okay? You know how on Instagram, like you go on people's like stories and you click them, but you won't get any preview. Like you gotta click that like the little bubble and then you scroll through the stories, right? But you won't ever get a preview of their stories, right? Facebook does not work that way. Okay, on Facebook, you guys, if you guys see right now, like your Facebook, you see that you get like a little preview of everybody's story, like a visual preview of what's to come, right? If you click it. So this is where the whole visually appealing thing like comes into play like a whole lot, because your first story of the day, my friends, needs to be like visually appealing, because on Facebook, like when people click it, like they're gonna see a preview of it first. Okay. So if your first story of the day is a countertop with nothing, no caption, nothing, they're probably not gonna click it. So like it has to be something saucy, okay? Like something cool, something to start the day, whatever it is, and it has to be visually appealing, that first story of the day. How many stories per day should you be posting? At least 2 to 3 stories per day. Please, por favor, do it. 2 to 3 stories per day, okay? Unique stories too, because we tend to do this thing where we share other people's content, which is fine sometimes, but it should not be incorporated in that minimum of 2 to 3 stories that you need per day of your own stuff. Okay, it needs to be unique stories like that you took, preferably, guys, video, because we're living in a social media world where everything is like short reels, short little videos. So the videos are gonna go a long way versus a photo that you put on your story. So I'm not telling you guys to not share you got like y'all's content or reshare whatever, but when we're talking about original content, like you need at least 2 to 3 original stories per day. Okay. Yes. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question, Michelle. Okay.
Yes.
So if I have my story on Instagram and it's automatically going to Facebook, are you still recommending to go into the Facebook platform and try to create original content there in Facebook as well? Is there any benefit to that, or is the transfer over from Instagram enough?
Yeah, the transfer over from Instagram is enough for the stories, right? And then for the post, like you can, but like for example, like I can on mine. My content on Instagram is different from Facebook because I have a completely different audience.
Yep.
But if your audience is the same, if the goal is the same for the same type of audience on each platform, then you can use the same content. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that does. Yeah, you kind of broke the brain a little bit thinking about that. Also, I just went and audited my own Facebook, and all I've done for the last literally 8 months is just reshare stuff on Facebook. So I bet no one's seeing me on Facebook, right? I'm probably like hidden.
Yeah,
I haven't fed the beast at all.
Yeah, it won't push like your content out there if you don't have original content.
Yeah, I
So
gotta go
like
work on that.
you gotta put your
Thanks,
So oh my god, I think this thing froze again. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back. All right, bet. So reels on Instagram is gonna work a whole lot more than photos. Like if I shoot reels every single day, like I might lose my mind. So sometimes I'll put out every 3 posts now. I'm like putting a picture just to kind of give myself a breathing break. But also like I want to point this out because on Facebook it's different. Okay, on Facebook you're not forced to do reels every single day. You're not. On Facebook, it's a completely different platform. So like you can post like statuses, like quotes and pictures and mix it in with reels. And you can also do I'm gonna go into this just a little bit, a tad bit more, but lives. This is what's gonna make a difference in your business. And that's like, oh my God, so scary, Facebook Lives, but I'm gonna tell you why it's so good. So when you do different types of content on Facebook, what's good is like the little insight things will tell you like, oh, like you're doing a great job, keep it up, like keep the different type of content. Like it'll tell you if you're doing a good job. And if you're not, it will also tell you too. I love that about Facebook, like the little insights and everything. So Facebook Lives, I think like if you're trying to go hard on social media and you're trying to make a difference in your business as quickly as possible, Facebook Live is going to change that for you drastically. Okay. Now, this is super scary, probably. And I get it because my first Facebook Live, like 9 years ago about real estate, I freaked out. I didn't even go on camera and I put my pet turtle on there. So I was really scared. Now I don't have that shyness anymore. I don't at all. And Facebook Live is like, I turn it on like immediately as soon as I press the little live thingy and I just go, right? I'm doing a sales pitch. But guys, if you're trying to transform your business and you're trying to get some people on their contract in the next 3 to 4 weeks, if you start doing Facebook Lives now, it's going to make a difference in your business. So how do you do a Facebook Live? Facebook Live is lit because here's the thing. As soon as you press live, right, you're going to, all your followers are going to be notified that you are going live. Y'all seen that, right? Like on the platform where it'll say like, oh, your friend is going live. And then it will be like the first thing that pops up. So imagine that you go live and it's going to be the first thing that pops up for all your friends, right? So you're going to be like, right there, like up front, like the algorithm is gonna push you and people are gonna jump into your lives. Now, this could be very nerve-wracking because like, oh my God, it's live. What do I say? La 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 la, whatever. I the whole nerves thing, I can't do that for you. You guys got to get out of your head. But practice makes perfect. So after a few lives, you guys are going to be a natural. Okay. But I would pick like whatever topic that it is that you want to talk about. Right. And if you guys can't think of a specific topic, that's why we have ChatGPT and AI in the world. You can literally go into ChatGPT and be like, hey, I'm a real estate agent and I need to do 10 lives in the next like 10 days. Give me 10 topics to talk about. And it's going to spit it out. Right. It's going to give you like a list of like content ideas that you can talk about on your Facebook. So you're going to pick one topic and you're going to run with it, elaborate it however you want. Like, for example, one of my favorite things to talk about on my Facebook because of my audience is like down payment assistance and the programs that there is out there for first-time home buyers, right? With my local lenders, all of that stuff, right? I work with a whole lot of first-time home buyers and they love hearing down payment assistance and new programs, assistance that's out there for them, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So one of my Facebook Live like ideas would be like, okay, how my client got $15,000 today to use towards their house. And that literally will be the caption, nothing else, with my little, my firm information so we can stay compliant, all of that stuff, and few hashtags, and that's it. Okay. But you don't want to elaborate too much. You want to give it enough, details to make somebody intrigued, click on your live and watch it from there. So like, I encourage you guys, like if you guys are brave enough, courageous enough, if you want to take your business to the next level, that you try Facebook Live. Okay. How long should a Facebook Live be? Personally, I feel like it needs to be like at least 5 minutes straight. Okay. At least if you guys could do it longer, you're going to get more engagement the more you stay on there. Like TikTok lives are like a big thing now. And people are on there sometimes for like a whole hour. So that's on you. That's however you feel. But like, don't do a Facebook Live if you're going to do it for 30 seconds too, because that's not going to work. So that's every single one of my agents that has done a Facebook Live and has been consistent with it has gotten business like in the first couple lives. People will hit them up like, hey, I like what you said. Hey, you give me more information, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So 100% recommend it. Cool. How do you get into the rhythm of posting every single day? That's the biggest hurdle that we have as real estate agents. Okay. And I like social media for me, like at this point it's like clockwork. Like I know as soon as I wake up, I gotta post, midday, I gotta post, whatever I'm doing out and about, I gotta post. And I know like I have to set some time aside every day per day to do a post. Okay. But in the beginning, it's very hard because we have to create that habit. And like anything else, right? Like we need a reminder. So like I am very bad, for example, at other things. Like, I don't know, like regular things. Like I'm really bad at like taking my medicine, for example. I'm terrible. My mom says I'd be taking medicine for 2 days and then I'd be forgetting about it. 100% agree with her, right? So I use Siri for absolutely everything. I'm like, Siri, remind me every single day, set an alarm every single day that I have to take my medicine. Cool. Siri will remind me, that thing will go off and off and off, and I'll snooze it if I haven't done it, so it could keep going on and on and on. And then I also do that for my phone calls. Like if I have like a lot of phone calls to like do important tasks or whatever, Siri will go off on the alarm like all day if it's important tasks that I have to do. So I encourage you guys to set an alarm on your phone every single day and commit to the process. So tell Siri like, hey, set an alarm every single day at 9 a.m. for my social media post, and then set another alarm at 6 p.m. for a social media post. And do not like shut off the alarm until you post. Make sure it keeps going off and off off the alarm, because that is the only way that you're going to get into the habit of doing this social media thing. Okay. It is very, very hard, but once you guys create the rhythm of things, you're going to see a change in your business like drastically. Yeah, cats are entertaining. I have a cat too. And he's awesome. His name is Nightwing. Okay, cool. So that now that I've gone over like the branding, the post, Facebook Lives, like Instagram reels and everything in the stories. Hopefully you guys like would have blended like both of them, so that way your content on Instagram can be seen on Facebook and et cetera, et cetera. Okay, the next piece of this training, and I'm gonna run through it, is gonna be also crucial to your business. And this I was taught very early on in my career, and this is going to work. So if Facebook Lives is gonna change your business, but this next part is also gonna change your business as long as you do it consistently. Okay, so many of you guys have probably taken trainings where they basically told you that you have to have like a certain amount of a contact list per day, and there's certain amount of conversations that you need to have per day with people, whatever, right? I know when I started a long time ago in Keller Williams, they told me like, hey, like you need to have like 20 conversations per day with new people in order for you to be successful in this business. Okay. And they told me that in order for me to do that, I needed a cold call, I needed a door knock, all of that stuff, and I needed to do 20 conversations per day. And I said, cool, well, I don't want to do that stuff, right? Through the time I realized social media was going to be my thing. How do I get these 20 conversations in with doing social media, or with calling my sphere or whatever, right? So I use this like I use this task, but I incorporated with my social media to make it work for me. And how did I do that? I'm gonna take Facebook as an example, and I don't know if you guys hear a bird in the background. It's outside. I don't know. I live like in this foresty area, and there's like a lot of animals. I'm so sorry. There's like an owl living outside my house. There's like deer, like all types of birds, and I'm like in Raleigh, so I don't even know what the hell is going on. I'm a city girl, so a lot of animals is very scary. Okay, so all right, Facebook. Every single day that you're gonna like hop on Facebook, okay, if you can get yourself into the habit of adding 20 new contacts per day on Facebook, okay, and you actually message them, this is going to change everything in your platform. I'll explain. Okay, of door knocking, right? You're basically adding people on Facebook, and then you're sending them like a message introducing yourself, like not in a weird way, but like in a cool way, like not don't be weird, okay? You guys, if you don't know who to add, it's very simple, right? You guys have seen the little thing on Facebook that says people you may know, right? And sometimes you see people that you may know that you don't like. Skip those people, don't add them. Add the people that you think you don't like or whatever, right? Or maybe it could be like any like you guys can see like, you know, friends that maybe you lost contact with, or friends of friends or whatever, right? And you're gonna send 20 friend requests per day. And in those 20 friend requests, right, you're gonna send them a message, and you're gonna say something along the lines like, hey, like I saw that we have, you know, mutual friends, or I saw this on your page. I love your page. This is so cool, whatever. Like, I'm your local real estate expert, and I would love to be your point of contact if you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, right? So every single message needs to be something along those lines, so that way you can introduce yourself as, you know, the real estate expert that you are, and offer your services, but like not in a weird way, and letting them know like, hey, I'm just one message away, I'm just one call away, or whatever. Okay. However, this cannot be a copy and paste type of thing to 20 people, because like the platform will block you. So please don't copy and paste and do this too quickly, because the platform will block you, because they will think that you're like a spammer. So you don't want to have too many like repetitive like actions on any of these platforms, because it will block you like as a spammer. Okay. So now that you've sent your 20 messages per day, right, on Facebook, hopefully you would have gotten like friend requests accepted, and you would have had people hit you back and say like, hey, actually, like, you know, we'll be thinking about buying a house next year, or I do know somebody that's looking to sell, or whatever, right? And you would have planted those seeds, right? Whenever I engage with somebody on social media, I don't go into like any major details of what they're trying to do. You know, I always try to get like their contact information. I reach out to them over phone because remember, at the end of the day, you still got to hit the phone as a realtor. And I feel like the selling portion of our job needs to happen over the phone or in person. Okay. Social media is cool, but it's only there to like complement the sales portion, right? This still needs to happen. And this still needs to happen. Okay. So I don't go back and forth with them on social media. I always try to make it a phone call or a face-to-face visit, right? If you can get yourself to do this every single day, okay, of the week, and let's say you just do it 5 times a week, okay? Think about how many contacts you're adding into your sphere. 20 contacts per day times 5 is 100 per week. If you just do it 5 times out of the week, okay? That's 400 per month. Facebook allows you to have up to 5,000 friends, and then you can like basically create your page to be like a creator page or whatever, so that way people can follow you without being like capped at that 5,000. Okay. When I started doing this and I did this every single day on Facebook, like my business changed completely 100%. Okay, because now I was creating basically like an audience of people that knew that I was a realtor, knew that I was there to help them, knew who I was. And then the way that like I fed that audience, right? Because you can send messages every single day and make this be successful. But the way I kept that audience engaged with me is I did everything else that I've explained to you guys on the Zoom, which is I posted content, I posted stories, all of that, right? Because you make the connection with these folks and you message them and all of that, but then you got to keep them engaged on your profile. So you can't do one without doing the other. If you're going to do the messages part and you're going to reach out to them and ask for business and create that connection there also needs to be that content that you're feeding that audience every single day so you can stay top of mind. Okay. Always questions about that. Nobody? Who gonna do this for real?
I have a question that I might have missed.
Yeah.
Where do you recommend putting that bio from ChatGPT? Like in a post? Because that wouldn't fit.
Oh,
Like-
it has to be like a short bio. Wait,
Yes. It
okay,
just cut-
it cut off. What? I'm sorry, repeat that.
Where do you recommend putting that bio from ChatGPT?
Oh, like there's like a bio section on Facebook.
Okay, for Facebook. Got it. 'Cause
Yeah, and
Instagram,
then the bio section of Instagram. If you have to make it shorter because it doesn't fit, just make it shorter. Yeah,
Got
but
it. Okay.
don't forget the emojis. Any questions about this so far? About the 20 contacts, all of that? Who do you think is gonna commit to the process? That's what I want to know, for real though.
The Facebook Live thing was big for me because I used to do a lot of Instagram lives, and I just like threw one out there last week at a new build, and I had like 3 people get on it, and I was like, and then I didn't even save it. It was perfectly fine video. It's just like, I don't know, it just wasn't that engaging, I'm sure. But you're right. I mean, that platform for me, there's way more people just sitting there on Facebook. I haven't thought about the fact that I really like Instagram, so I spend a lot of time there, but I've got a really big audience on Facebook I've probably neglected over the last few years.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Exactly. Do it.
So I'm going live today for sure.
Every day, like you know, like on my team, like I give them tasks, like I'll be like, okay, cool, guys, you guys have to do 15 lives in 30 days, and they'll do those tasks sometimes. Like we'll have like little incentives and whatever, but I'm like, because I want them to understand, like, yo, this is gonna change the whole business. Like if you just do it consistent. Like imagine 15 lives in 30 days. That's one day yes, one day no. One day yes, one day no. If you could just commit to that and create it a habit, like I'm gonna hop on a live as soon as I get off of this, for example, because like I've been on this like one day yes, one day no. Well, I'm Facebook not changing my business because as soon as I hop off, it'll automatically become like a reel, so it's saved on my Facebook. People can rewatch it, and then people will hit me up like, hey, I saw your live, whatever, they want more information. So it'll definitely work. Okay, so the last little thing about this 20 contacts per day and all that stuff, right? Lots of times, like I wouldn't meet my 20 new contacts per day just on social media. So I had to complement it with additional phone calls. I would call my sphere, but I made sure to get like a new conversation in every single day. And I kept a little notebook with and I would write the little tally so I can make sure I got my 20 contacts per day, right? You don't want to use your platforms that you're using to get clients. Like I'll use my Facebook, for example, right? On my Facebook, I don't have realtor friends on there. I will not add them. I never have. It's not a thing. I don't want realtor friends because like, why? You know, on my Instagram all day, right? Because that's my audience. But on Facebook, since I'm capped, right? I'm only allowed a certain amount of friends and then I can get more follows, sure. But I don't really engage with realtors because that's not my thing on there. I'm on that platform to engage with clients, past clients, new clients, friends of friends, family, et cetera, et cetera. So what I don't like seeing, or like what I think doesn't work, right, is when I see other realtors online on Facebook trying to get business, but all their friends are other realtors. How is that going to help your business? So like understanding like your audience is going to be crucial to the process, because if you keep engaging with other professionals in the business online, if you're not like, I mean, I know for you guys are EXP, so you're in the business of recruiting, so that might be a little bit different. But you can't do both on a platform, like on one page. So like the newest thing that I've told my team to do recently, like, hey, if you feel like creating a different page to like hit a different audience or whatever, do that. You know, obviously that's going to take more time in your day. You're going to have to start creating content for a whole new page. But if you have to like separate like things, like on Instagram, like have a page, okay, these are for my clients, this is going to be to recruit agents, and this is going to be for my hobby only or whatever. Like separate it, because that's the way that you're going to be able to reach a whole lot of more people. Okay. Other than that, I think I'm down for whatever questions. I don't know. I think I've covered kind of like the most like basic essential things, but like, please guys, ask whatever questions. No question is stupid. Ask away, like anything that I can help answer that will help you on your social media.
I'll ask a question. So we have like our Agents Empowered Instagram page that's like really for this mastermind and transparently a good like recruiting funnel for us, right? There's this part of me that's like, oh, well, if I post on mine, I should like share there and collaborate and like all of my stuff. But I guess like how much do you feel like collaborating posts across different accounts? Like what does that look like for the algorithm? And then does it even make sense if it's maybe outside of the bucket that you're trying to reach? Because now I'm thinking my brain's like spinning on this now. I think I've got some stuff wrong.
Yeah, no, you're good. So I have recently started to manage other Instagram pages. The other Instagram pages that I have, for the most part, they're just like walkthrough of houses. They're very like oriented towards like getting leads, right? And they're not like any of the crazy content I put out there for realtors, right? The only time like I'll find myself collaborating with those pages, for example, right? Like I have theme Airbnb. So like a few weeks ago, like I did a post about my Barbie house in Durham. So because like like I dressed up as Barbie, we had like a whole thing and it was pink and it was cool, it was weird and wild. I collaborated with my personal page because I'm like, okay, my audience can resonate with that because I'm doing some crazy shit again. And then I was like, this will go on the other page too because it's a house, it's a walkthrough or whatever. But it has to make sense for your audience, and always ask yourself that question, like, how is this post going to make my audience feel, right? And that's with anything, even if you aren't collaborating, like, and if you're just putting something out there, just be like, okay, is this post making my audience feel happy, like sad, like, is this funny or whatever? But it has to check off some of those boxes, because if not, it's just another dry post where you're not going to see engagement. Yep. And then trending audios is cool too. I know I didn't touch that on like much, but like if you can use trending audios here and there, like definitely do it, and it will help you boost your following.
Michelle, someone taught me somewhere on the trending audios that even if you're not feeling creative and you can't orchestrate all of it, like just putting the trending audio on and then like pulling the actual like sound down or whatever can actually like get you the same results. Is that true?
Yeah, yeah, you can. Yep. But the other thing about trending audios too is that like I recently noticed that like if the trending audio you're choosing, right, is if you go on the page and there's like a certain theme like of who's doing the trend, or like what audience is it going to, like how are people using this audio, and then you try to use it for real estate, it might not work. Does that make sense? So
Yeah.
those are other things to keep in mind. Like there's other ways to recreate the audios and do it like your own thing, but it's and short videos are always better too, guys. Like the shorter the better. Yeah.
How do you organize content on your phone? So like you're out in the field all day, you're taking content. Do you have any like hacks for keeping it organized on the back end so that you can go back and, you have footage of houses, or you have footage of, whatever? I mean, do you have anything internally, or is it all just in your photos and videos and it's all just
Yeah,
there?
yeah. And look, like if you got well, the thing is I'm not in production anymore, right? Like sometimes I'll go see investment properties, so I'm not about in the field taking videos of houses. I wish I had more time. I actually miss seeing houses, sometimes, but you guys are out about in the field, and it's important that you capture everything on video, even if you don't post it that day, because reusing content is going to be like super important too. Like if you're like in a day where you're in meetings all day and you have nothing to post, you're like, oh my God, you go into your camera roll and then you pick out like stuff that you've shot in the past and reuse the content. That will help out a whole lot as well. But as far as organization on my phone with my content, I don't
Okay.
I'm not an organized person. And then to answer the message in the chat about the forms, no, I don't. And here's why. I said that in the beginning of the Zoom. The minute that you put a link on your Facebook, like on a post, right, and you direct the audience outside of the platform, the algorithm don't like it. So that's why I don't. But I tell people to message me. I try not to put my phone number on post either, because again, I'm directing somebody off the platform. It looks like an ad. Meta doesn't like it that way. So, try to keep it simple, like, and vague enough to where they're gonna, if they want more information, they hit you up through Messenger. Yes. Any other questions, guys? Well, I really hope that you guys can start doing social media, have fun with it, don't overthink it, and you will find kind of like the rhythm of what you guys like doing and what works, right? Look, this is not gonna happen overnight. You're not gonna get off this Zoom and you're not gonna get like a million like followers tomorrow because you made a fire post. Like it takes time. Like I've always done social media. But just recently, I think over the last 6 months, I started taking it way more seriously and posting every single day on every single platform. And like I got my first 1 million views on a video, which was amazing, but it took every single day of me posting to be able to get to that number. Okay. So don't give up, make it saucy. And I hope that this has been a help. Thank you, guys.
Super helpful. Thanks for giving your time to us this morning. I know it was great for me to hear, and we really, really appreciate you, my friend. Everyone give her a follow on social, and let's stay in contact. All right, friends. Next week, Lisa Melvin, who actually popped on the call for a second, is hopping on to talk about how she did 30 home sales. Actually, will be over in her first full year. So if you've got new agents in your world, bring them on, or maybe you just want to go back and kind of remember that first year of selling. And I think it'll be a cool conversation. So we'll see you guys next week, right here, 8:30, same time. Goodbye.